So here's the reason I retired. I heard they were hiring a reporter whose name I found impossible to pronounce. But I'm going to try right now to introduce a great reporter, great anchor. He's up in Charleston, West Virginia now, but he's here today. STEF DIPIETRANTONio. How do they do? Perfecto. Come on up.
I want to start, and I hope you all will join me in wishing Frank and Kathy, I believe, it is 20-year anniversary coming up this Wednesday, so happy anniversary to them. And just 60-year anniversary. Wonderful, wonderful people. I am a relatively new export from WTVT. I worked here from 2011 through 2013, and it was probably the toughest decision I ever made to leave my WTVT family to move closer to home so I could take care of my real family, my mom and dad, who have been very ill the last couple of years. And it was the hardest decision to make, but the easiest one to make was to hop on a plane and come back to this reunion and get out of the snow for 5 whole minutes. And it's so wonderful to be back the last couple of days, just going to dinner with friends and family and seeing so many wonderful faces here. It has been just wonderful. I cannot tell you how much. And it's interesting, watching Lloyd Sowers in that clip, I remember when I first got into TV, I had braces. It was the 80s, so you know what the hair looked like on men. It wasn't pretty, it was kind of high. Lloyd, I think you are younger looking than I ever looked, so I'm finally glad to see somebody who beat me in that department, no doubt. Looking good there. Well, we talk about reporters who have to be flexible. This is how TV has changed over the years. I remember some of the old guard I worked with in my first station, and the things I did at WTVT probably would have appalled them because it wasn't what they considered serious, hard news. But we had a lot of fun. And before myself, or Charlie Belcher, or Lloyd Sowers, or any of the other crazy reporters who were out there doing that reporter involvement, drinking that beer, riding on top of an elephant, doing crazy things, there was Bob Fellows. Take a look.
I loved chasing the mystery monkey of Tampa Bay. This wily Oreo-eating primate evaded the law for years. So why do they keep putting me up so high?
Not the biggest fan of heights, but I'm doing it for you. Doing it for you. I got one word. Ah!
And not only high up, but zipping like Superman through space.
All right, so we'll do it. We'll try it. Here we go.
Here I really got to show my best moves.
There you go. Nice.
And who wouldn't like a love tap from Hulk Hogan?
I get him in this headlock, and I squeeze the goobly gop out of his head. I'm going to make sure that Fox Channel 13 gives Hulk Hogan his job, brother.
But before any of us, there was Bob Fellows. Bob was a veteran AP-style reporter when he worked for WTVT from the 60s to the mid-80s. Bob covered all kinds of stories, but excelled on the crime beat and gained a moniker around the newsroom.
This is Bob Fellows, Channel 13 News, your bludgeon body expert.
Well beneath the gruff exterior was a fellow with a heart of gold and a great sense of humor.
You said Pulse 13?
To add some zest to his reports, Bob would do anything, like running with the Tampa Fire Department on a training exercise, getting on a pair of roller skates to help promote a local charity.
That gets you shin muscle.
Sometimes he'd get a little out there.
I've heard of reporter involvement in stories, but anybody that would do this has to be a stark raving lunatic. I'm not a professional snake handler, so draw your own conclusions.
But once, Bob met his match and learned a lesson. It's hard to do a stand-up in a bar on St. Patrick's Day.
This is one day of the year when if you're not Irish, it's a good idea to pretend. All right, let's see. Hey, give me a break, okay?
What's that Don't laugh. That's like you're having a time.
Yeah, okay.
Time.
Okay.
Just like time.
But you can't keep a good reporter down, and Bob proved it on St. Pete Beach, if only for a few seconds.
Wipe out.
one thing about hang gliding that you can say, it's exciting. And my last word is, the bald eagle has landed. Bob Fellows, St. Petersburg Beach.
So here's to Bob Fellows, the original WTVT Fall Guy.